Okay, so get this. We're diving deep into AI that can use your computer just like you can.
Wow.
Not in some
Yes.
sci-fi way, but like right now.
Right.
Like
yeah.
imagine AI agents just navigating your screen,
I know.
clicking, typing, scrolling, like they've been doing it forever.
It really is amazing how fast this field is developing.
Right.
It's incredible.
It is.
We've gone from AI struggling to even make sense of like
I know.
a simple image
Yeah.
to AI that can actually use like a
Yeah.
constantly changing digital world.
Yeah. And the research we're looking at today, a paper called, get ready for this,
Okay.
OS Atlas, a foundation action model for generalist GUI agents.
Nice.
It takes us to a whole new level.
It does.
So think of it this way.
Okay.
These researchers have built an AI called OS Atlas,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a digital chameleon,
Okay.
able to blend in and work on Windows, Mac OS, Android,
Wow.
even your web browser.
That's amazing.
So imagine telling your computer to like book a flight, edit a document, or even play that game you've been meaning to try.
Yeah.
And it just does it
That's the dream.
all by itself.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
And the team behind OS Atlas, they really focused on two major hurdles.
Okay.
First,
Yeah.
teaching AI to connect what it sees on a screen to language,
Okay.
which is way trickier than it sounds.
Oh, that.
And second, getting it to do the same actions consistently across different platforms where, you know, a click on one device might be a tap on another.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did they even start teaching AI to understand what it sees on a screen?
Right.
We're talking about a jumble of pixels, buttons, menus.
Yeah.
How do you translate that into something an AI can grasp?
Data.
Okay.
Mountains and mountains of data.
Got it.
So the OS Atlas team created this system that's constantly collecting millions of screenshots
Wow.
from all sorts of platforms. And here's the clever part.
Okay.
They paired each screenshot with a description of what's happening.
So like here's a screenshot of a spreadsheet.
Yes.
And here's what all the numbers and formulas mean.
Exactly. So they've built the largest, most diverse data set ever for this kind of AI.
Really?
Yeah, and a big deal is that it includes desktop environments,
Oh, okay.
which were largely missing in earlier research.
Oh, interesting.
It's like finally giving AI the full picture of how we use our computers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, data makes sense.
Yeah.
But how does a mountain of screenshots actually teach AI to understand what it's seeing?
Right.
Like, is it more than just the data?
That's where things get really cool.
Okay.
They use this massive data set to train something called a vision language model, which they creatively named OS Atlas Face.
Okay.
Picture this as the AI's eyes,
Okay.
learning to connect specific things on a screen, buttons, icons, text boxes,
Sure.
to words and instructions.
So now the AI isn't just seeing a screen. It actually gets what those things on the screen are.
Yes.
It can read my computer screen like I can read a book.
Precisely.
Wow.
But here's another challenge.
Okay.
The language of actions.
Yeah.
You and I might say click on a desktop
Right.
and tap on a phone for the same action.
Yeah.
But AI needs consistency.
So it needs like
Yes.
a universal remote control for the digital world.
Spot on.
Right.
They created a unified action space.
Okay.
A standardized set of actions like click, type, and scroll
Okay.
that work everywhere.
Got it.
Imagine the AI could switch between your phone and your computer seamlessly,
Right.
doing the same task on either one with the same basic instructions.
Oh, wow.
No more AI getting confused because we humans use different words for the same thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But wouldn't things get tricky with, say, special gestures on a phone or keyboard shortcuts on a computer?
That's where it gets even more impressive. OS Atlas can learn those platform-specific or app-specific actions, too.
Really?
Like a super-powered intern picking up on all those little nuances and tricks.
So this AI is starting to sound like a real digital prodigy.
It is.
But did they actually test it out?
Yes.
How do we know it can handle the real world?
Oh, they didn't just hope for the best.
Okay.
They put OS Atlas through rigorous testing across 6 different benchmarks.
Okay.
Think of these as obstacle courses for AI,
Got it.
each designed to test a specific skill.
Like what kind of obstacle courses?
Well, there's one called Screen Spot,
Okay.
where the AI has to follow instructions like click on the button that says submit or type hello in the text box.
Okay.
Then there's World,
Okay.
which is like a simulated office environment
Wow.
where the AI has to complete tasks like scheduling a meeting or booking a flight.
So it's not just about understanding individual words or actions. It's about putting those pieces together.
Yes.
To achieve a real goal, right?
Exactly.
Like understanding what a flight booking actually entails and what steps need to be taken.
You got it.
Totally.
They wanted to see how well OS Atlas could understand context,
Right.
navigate complex interfaces, and ultimately get stuff done.
All right, spill the beans.
Okay.
How did it do?
Right?
Did it pass these AI obstacle courses?
Hold on to your hats.
Okay.
OS Atlas didn't just pass, it aced the tests.
Wow.
It consistently outperformed existing AI, both when it was thrown into a completely new scenario
Oh, wow.
and after being given some practice runs on a specific task.
That's incredible.
We're talking about a significant jump in accuracy and efficiency.
So is this like the AI equivalent of winning gold at the Digital Olympics?
Pretty much, yeah.
What makes OS Atlas so much better than what came before?
Here's the thing. It's not just that it's performing better, it's how it's doing it.
Okay.
That's causing a stir in the AI world.
How so?
Remember that massive data set we talked about?
Yeah, the screenshots?
The one with all the screenshots and descriptions?
Right.
Well, it turns out that feeding the AI such a rich and varied diet of information was key.
Okay.
It's like the difference between learning a language from a textbook
Right.
and actually living in a foreign country.
Got it.
So it's not just about the quantity of data, it's about the quality and diversity too.
Yeah.
It's about giving the AI a real-world understanding of how we use technology.
So this is more than just like a big data project. It's about making the data meaningful.
You got it.
Okay.
And that's what makes OS Atlas so groundbreaking.
Okay.
It's not just a one-trick pony. It's a foundation for building even more capable and adaptable AI in the future.
This is where things get really interesting for me.
Okay.
Because OS Atlas isn't some top secret project locked away in a tech giant's vault.
Right.
It's open source.
Yes.
Which means anyone can tinker with it,
Yep.
build on it, share their improvements.
Exactly.
It's like the difference between having a proprietary recipe
Yeah.
and sharing it with the world.
And that's what has so many people excited. With closed source AI, you're limited by what the developers choose to share.
Right.
But with open source like OS Atlas, it's all out in the open.
Right.
It's like giving everyone the tools to build their own amazing AI assistants
Okay.
tailored to their needs.
So instead of a few companies controlling the future of AI,
Yeah,
it becomes something we can all shape together.
exactly.
That's a powerful idea.
It is, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to dive deeper into what this open source approach means for the future of OS Atlas and the whole world of AI.
Me too.
But for now,
Yeah.
we're back. And before the break, we were geeking out over OS Atlas,
Yeah.
this AI that can interact with your computer like a tech-savvy friend.
Oh,
But before we get carried away with all the like possibilities,
Yeah.
let's take a moment to talk about like what this actually means for like everyday people.
right.
What can OS Atlas actually do in the real world?
Well, the possibilities are vast and constantly expanding.
Right.
But let's start with a few concrete examples.
Okay, perfect.
One area where OS Atlas could be a real game changer is accessibility.
Okay.
So think of people who have difficulty using a mouse or a keyboard.
All right.
OS Atlas could be their bridge to the digital world.
Oh, wow.
It could translate voice commands or even eye movements
Oh, wow.
into actions on the screen, making technology accessible to a whole new group of people.
It's like giving a voice to those who have been digitally silenced, letting them participate in a world that's becoming increasingly reliant on technology.
Exactly. And it's not just about access, it's about empowerment.
Okay.
Imagine someone with limited mobility being able to control their home environment,
Right.
communicate with loved ones, or even pursue a career online, all thanks to AI that understands their needs.
That's a powerful image, and it makes me think about all the tedious and repetitive tasks that like most of us struggle with on a daily basis.
Right.
Could OS Atlas step in and take those off our hands?
Oh, I think so.
I'm talking about things like data entry, scheduling appointments, or even managing that overflowing email inbox.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
OS Atlas could handle those tasks with speed and precision,
Okay.
freeing us up to focus on more creative, strategic, or simply enjoyable aspects of our work.
It's like having a super efficient personal assistant who never complains about a heavy workload.
Exactly.
And speaking of work,
Yeah.
it's hard not to think about the implications for businesses.
Right.
Could they use OS Atlas to streamline their operations?
Yeah.
improve efficiency, and maybe even cut costs.
Without a doubt.
Wow.
Imagine a world where businesses can automate entire workflows.
Okay.
From processing orders to generating reports,
Right.
all powered by AI. It could free up human employees to focus on tasks that require creativity, problem solving, and human interaction,
Right.
leading to a more engaged and productive workforce.
And let's not forget about customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Those automated chatbots we encounter online can be pretty frustrating. But what if OS Atlas could power a new generation of AI-powered customer support agents?
Now you're talking.
Okay.
Imagine having a chatbot that can not only answer your questions,
Right.
but actually guide you through a process on your computer,
Okay.
step by step.
Wow.
Like having a virtual tech support agent right there on your screen,
Yeah.
walking you through troubleshooting steps or helping you complete a complex task.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little giddy with all these possibilities.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic for a moment.
Okay.
What are the limitations?
Right.
What can't OS Atlas do yet?
Well, as advanced as it is, OS Atlas is still in its early stages of development.
Okay.
It's constantly learning and improving,
Right.
but it's not quite ready to take over the world.
Okay.
One of the main challenges is tasks that require common sense reasoning or a deep understanding of human emotions.
So it's not going to be writing poetry or composing symphonies anytime soon, right?
Not quite, but remember,
Yeah.
this field is evolving rapidly. What seems impossible today might become reality tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that AI development is a journey, not a destination.
And speaking of journeys,
Yeah.
what about the journey of OS Atlas itself?
Right.
Where do the researchers see this technology going in the future?
Well, in the research paper, they talk about creating a foundation action model,
Okay.
which suggests they see OS Atlas as just the beginning.
Okay.
They dream of AI agents that can learn from their experiences, adapt to new situations, and even anticipate our needs.
So we're talking about AI that doesn't just follow instructions,
Right.
but actually understands the intention behind them.
Exactly.
Like the AI is not just a tool,
Yeah,
but a partner collaborating with us to achieve our goals.
precisely. And to get there,
Yeah.
the researchers believe that the key is more data. More diverse data.
Right.
More complex data.
Yeah.
They want to feed their AI a rich and varied diet of information so it can develop a truly sophisticated understanding of the digital world.
It's like we're raising a digital child.
Yeah.
The more experiences we expose it to, the more it learns and grows.
Exactly.
But even with the best data in the world, we can't forget about the human side of the equation.
Of course not.
We need to design AI systems that are intuitive and easy for people to use.
Absolutely. User experience is paramount.
Right.
We want people to feel empowered by AI, not intimidated by it.
Right.
We need to create interfaces that are transparent and trustworthy so people understand what the AI is doing and why.
Yeah.
It's about building a partnership, not a dictatorship.
That makes me think about the fact that OS Atlas is open source.
Yeah,
Isn't that kind of unusual in the world of cutting-edge AI?
you're right. It is unusual.
I mean, don't most companies keep their most valuable AI secrets locked up tight?
Most big tech companies treat their AI models like crown jewels,
Right.
guarding them fiercely.
Yeah.
But the team behind OS Atlas took a different approach. They decided to share their creation with the world,
Wow.
inviting anyone and everyone to contribute to its development.
I have to say, that's a pretty bold move.
It is.
What are the benefits of this open source approach?
Well, for starters, it allows for much faster innovation.
Okay.
When you open up the technology to the world, you tap into a global network of brilliant minds.
Right.
People from all walks of life can contribute their ideas,
Uh-huh.
their expertise, and their code,
Okay.
accelerating the pace of progress.
It's like crowdsourcing the future of AI, right?
Exactly. And it's not just about speed.
Okay.
It's about diversity of thought.
Okay.
By bringing together people from different backgrounds, different cultures, and different perspectives, we can ensure that AI is developed in a way that benefits all of humanity.
And what about the risk of someone using OS Atlas for malicious purposes?
Right.
Doesn't open source make it easier for bad actors to exploit the technology?
It's a valid concern,
Yeah.
but the open source community is very aware of security risks. Okay.
There are robust mechanisms in place to monitor the code, identify vulnerabilities, and quickly patch them.
Okay.
In many ways, open source software is more secure
Okay.
because more eyes are constantly scrutinizing it.
It's like having a global army of white hat hackers constantly on guard, right?
Exactly. And when you think about it,
Yeah.
open source also promotes transparency and accountability.
Okay.
When the code is out in the open, anyone can see what it's doing and how it's working.
So it's not just about faster development.
Right.
It's about building trust in AI.
You got it. And that trust is essential if you want people to embrace AI and its potential benefits.
I'm starting to see how this open source approach aligns with the researchers' vision of AI as a collaborative partner. It's not about technology dominating humanity.
Right.
It's about working together to shape a future where AI empowers us all.
Well said. And that brings us to another important point.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about the technical aspects of OS Atlas.
But it's crucial to remember that this is not just a technical challenge.
Okay.
It's a societal one.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
We're not just talking about building smarter machines.
Right.
We're talking about redefining our relationship with technology and its role in our lives.
Okay.
We need to have open and honest conversations about the values we want AI to reflect.
Right.
And the kind of future we want to create.
So it's not just about the code.
Yes.
It's about the conversation.
Exactly.
It's about deciding as a society what kind of digital world we want to live in.
Precisely. And that's where I think OS Atlas, being open source, becomes even more significant.
Right.
It creates an opportunity for a more democratic approach to AI development, where everyone has a voice and can contribute to the conversation.
This is all getting pretty deep, but I love it.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground in this deep dive, from the technical intricacies of how OS Atlas works,
Right,
to the broader philosophical questions about the role of AI in society. But before we get too carried away,
yeah.
we're back for the final part of our deep dive into OS Atlas.
Yeah.
This AI that's changing the game when it comes to interacting with our devices.
Right.
Before we left off, we were talking about the open source nature of OS Atlas and how it's opening up development to
Yeah.
a whole world of contributors.
Yes, it really is.
It's exciting to think about what that kind of collaborative effort could lead to.
It is. And it's not just about making the technology better.
Okay.
It's about making it more accessible and beneficial for everyone.
Right.
Remember, one of the researchers' goals was to create a foundation action model.
Right.
Meaning they see OS Atlas as a starting point,
Okay.
a base upon which others can build and innovate.
So it's like they've laid the groundwork
Yes.
and now they're inviting the world to come in and help build the rest of the building.
That's a great analogy.
I can't help but think back to the early days of the internet
Yeah,
when it was like this wild west of experimentation and collaboration.
I agree.
It feels like we're on the cusp of something similar with AI,
Yeah,
where open source projects like OS Atlas could lead to an explosion of creativity and innovation.
there are definitely parallels there. And just like the internet transformed the way we communicate and access information,
Right.
AI has the potential to revolutionize the way we work, learn, and interact with the world around us.
I'm curious, where do you see this all going? What's your vision for the future of OS Atlas and AI agents in general?
I think we're moving towards a future where AI is less about replacing humans
Okay.
and more about augmenting our capabilities.
Okay.
Imagine a world where AI agents can seamlessly handle all those mundane tasks that bog us down,
Right.
freeing up our time and energy for
Yeah.
more creative and meaningful pursuits.
It's like having a team of invisible assistants constantly working in the background,
Exactly.
making our lives easier and more efficient.
And as these AI agents become more sophisticated, they'll be able to take on even more complex tasks like analyzing data,
Okay.
making recommendations,
Yeah.
and even helping us make better decisions.
Wow.
It's all about leveraging the power of AI to enhance our human capabilities
Right.
and create a better future for everyone.
I love that vision. AI is a partner,
Yeah.
not a competitor.
Right.
But let's be realistic for a sec.
Okay.
There are bound to be challenges along the way.
Of course, AI development is an ongoing process,
Right.
and there will always be new hurdles to overcome.
Right.
One of the biggest challenges will be ensuring that AI is developed and used responsibly and ethically.
It's not just about making AI smarter, it's about making it wiser.
Exactly.
We need to instill in these AI agents a sense of ethics and responsibility so they align with our human values.
Precisely. And that requires a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
It's about carefully curating the data we use to train these AI models.
Right.
It's about designing algorithms that are transparent and accountable. And it's about fostering open and honest conversations about the role we want AI to play in our society.
It sounds like we're not just talking about technological advancements. We're talking about like a fundamental shift in our relationship with technology.
You hit the nail on the head.
And its impact on our lives.
This is about more than just lines of code and algorithms.
Yeah.
It's about shaping the future we want to live in.
Right.
A future where technology empowers us rather than controls us.
Wow, that's a powerful thought. It feels like we've come full circle in our deep dive.
Yeah.
We started with like the technical details of OS Atlas.
Right.
Explored its potential applications and benefits, and now we're contemplating its broader societal implications.
And I think that's fitting because ultimately technology is a reflection of ourselves.
Right.
Our values and our aspirations.
Yeah.
The choices we make today about the development and use of AI will shape the world we live in tomorrow.
Well said.
Thank you.
And with that in mind, I think it's time for us to wrap up our deep dive into OS Atlas.
Okay.
It's been an incredible journey, and I hope our listeners have gained a new appreciation for the power and potential of AI.
Me too. It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you.
Likewise. And for anyone that wants to learn more about OS Atlas,
Yes.
we'll be sure to include links to the research paper and project website in the show notes.
Great idea.
And remember, the world of AI is constantly evolving.
It is.
So stay curious, keep exploring, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one building the next groundbreaking AI agent.
That's the dream.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
Bye.